In January 1911, Congress voted to award San Francisco to hold the 1915 Panama Pacific International Exposition, which was considered the world's fair to celebrate the completion of the Panama Canal. The expo was held on 636 acres in the Marina District on the bay for 2.5 miles. More than 18 million visitors attended. In early 1912, 7 years before Grand Canyon became a national park, the Santa Fe Railroad announced that they would build a miniature reproduction of the Grand Canyon at the exposition to promote the amazing wonder of the world. They planned to spend a staggering $300,000, valued at more than $10 million today. Famed artist Walter Barrage was engaged to paint a series of 100-foot scenes of the canyon to be displayed at the Grand Canyon exhibit. He went on an extensive tour of the canyon in preparation and was aided by canyon pioneer John Hance. Tragically, after painting the murals for 2 months, Barrage was found dead in a hotel in Albuquerque. Other artists were hired to complete the work. Over 1 million feet of lumber was used in the construction of the exhibit. 14 train carloads of rock and 6 carloads of tree trunks, ferns and small cacti were worked into the displays. The railroad reported,
"We will build a portion of Hermit Trail, showing a trail party in motion. In another section we will reproduce a storm in the canyon. We will also have the effect of moonlight and sunset, with beautiful El Tovar Hotel illuminated at night on the rim."
The Grand Canyon exhibit covered 6 acres and was put in what was called the Joy Zone. In the exposition guide, the exhibit was described,
"With an entrance like a typical railroad station of the Santa Fe in New Mexico, we can seat ourselves in the tiny electric trains and be conveyed over mountain passes, through deserts and past villages till we reach the replica of the Grand Canyon of Arizona."
After it opened, it was reported,
"The Grand Canyon is viewed from parlor observation cars, moved by cable and electricity on an elevated trestle. More than 100 miles of the canyon are shown, each second reproduced so accurately that it is hard for the observer to realize that he is not standing actually on the rim of the canyon itself."
The ride lasted 30 minutes. Each car could contain 40 people, and they departed 1 per minute. A mule named Jerry from Hermit Trail was put on display. House cats were brought in to look like mountain lions jumping all over the canyon. The cars passed by 7 views of the canyon and stopped at 4 stations where a young woman lecturer dressed in cowgirl dress talked about the wonders depicted. This was called the loneliest job at the exposition.
All during the afternoon and evening these young women stayed demurely among the huge rocks, looking off into distant gorges, saying a few words as each observation car passes by. Although the view that stretches before them is majestically beautiful, it is also intensely lonesome.
On the roof of the main building, extending across the entire frontage of the exhibit, was a Pueblo Indian village, where the daily life and character of the tribes are depicted. The exhibit was staffed by several Indian families who demonstrated making pottery, bows, arrows, blankets, and other artifacts. About 230 tons of steel were used to hold up the enormous weight of the stone village above. A giant cactus weighing 4,500 pounds was brought in. A Navajo medicine man was stationed in the Pueblo village. It was the first time he had ever been away from his native home.
He had never seen a railroad train, an electric light, a paved street, or any of the evidence of modern civilization. He sits for hours each day looking in amazing wonderment at the wonderful panorama before him.
The expo was closed on December 4, 1915. The buildings were dismantled and the Palace of Fine Arts is the only remaining original structure from the exposition. The event had a lasting effect on international recognition of Grand Canyon.
This video was written and produced by Davy Crockett for the Grand Canyon Historical Society. Visit us at grandcanyonhistory.org. Help us continue to preserve and share the history of Grand Canyon by becoming a member of the Society. Also, use the subscribe button below to receive more videos like this one.